Hello, hello, hello. My name is Montague, and I'm the pit bull of Park Avenue. Hey, everybody. How you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome back to Conversations with a Pit Bull. And I looked over, and Danny is not here yet. He must be stuck somewhere making those big Hollywood chips. But in the studio today, we have with us Roger Kabler, and hopefully Mary is going to call in Mary Gregory from this wonderful book and of illustrations and wonderful words, and everybody's got to run out and get it. I think you guys had a chance to get it for Christmas and stuff, you know, because we first discovered these guys on Fred Cray's show and then someone else. And it's, you know, they're so wonderful in what they're doing, and this book is so great. And everybody should have it. So we said, hey, come on, Conversations with a Pit Bull with us, and let us pump it up. And hopefully, you know, we can get some coffee tables filled up and kitchen tables and, you know, and kids in school reading some good stuff. And reading, I saw something on 60 Minutes, man, about kids reading to cats. You know, what a great idea. You know, in some school district, they started that, and this kid's reading level went from like a 2 to a 6, you know, in just a couple of months. So let's get Montague on the reading list. All right. So since I'll be here today, I can stretch out, man. You know, I got the whole side of the counter over here. A lot of good stuff going on. It's interesting, man. There's been a lot of dog nappings, you know, going on recently. Let me introduce Roger right away. Chris, can you bring Roger up on the screen there for a second? Did I say we got Pitbull energy drink in the house today too? Hey, there you go. Roger's is with us, and so welcome.
7 of these already.
That's
They're great.
That's right, and no aftertaste, and no shakes, and none of the rest of that stuff. You know. So, Roger, welcome, man.
Thanks, Foster. Good to be here, man.
Hey, we're glad to have you in. You know, what we normally do is we normally run out of time on our show, you know. That's what we normally do. So what we're going to do is get Fred Cray in early because Paula, we end up always squeezing on Paula's time. So let's get Fred up in here from the top if he's out there. Let me see. Itty, Beanie, Beanie, Chili Beanie. The spirits are about to speak. Are they friendly spirits? Fred, are you out there?
I am out there.
See there? Look at that, man. Rocky and Bullwinkle, it works every time, man. You know, how are you, sir?
How are you?
I'm good. You know, another week, another 99 cents, you know, and just keep on trucking, you know. We're getting close to a Breeder X cut here, man, that I could send down there to Miami for your approval and stuff, you know.
Well, that'll be exciting.
Yeah, it really would. You know, if there were just a couple of more hours in a day, I'd be okay. You know, maybe you could talk
to. You need to divide yourself in two.
Yeah, well, I think I did that last year, and you know, and that led to 2 days in the hospital with an IV. You know, so I just stick
I hope you had some good IV.
Yeah, right. It was. You know, it was. So, What's going on, Fred? Tell us what's going on in the world of legal news.
Well, there are three stories I'd like to talk about. The first one is, I think, illustrates the bias in news reporting because there was an article last week about an Alaskan Malamute killing a child. And of course, that's a terrible tragedy. And nobody wants that to happen. And we feel really terrible for the family of the victim. But what I found interesting was that when they posted that on Facebook, they didn't say Alaskan Malamute mauls child. They said dog mauls child. And then when they had a picture of the dog, instead of showing a snarly, drooling, growling pit bull, they showed a picture of an Alaskan Malamute from the Westminster Dog Show. And so I think that's the kind of thing that we as people who have pit bull type dogs and who are advocating for them see as, really a differential reporting of these incidents where there are bites or attacks. Because and there have been several prior to that where different breeds have been involved. We had a lady on our show whose name was, I forget her name now. But what she said was, back in the day when they reported dog bites, they reported the headline reported the facts of the dog case rather than the breed. So it would say chained dog, attacks child, or, abused dog, hurts child. And then they would in the piece itself would describe why the incident happened, as opposed to saying, instead of turning it into a pit bulls are dangerous or not dangerous, which is what they do now.
Well,
And the second story that's caused a lot of furor on the internet this week is the case of Mickey. Mickey is a pit bull who killed a child, and what's happened is that it's shown this incident has brought out you like children more than you like, you don't like children as much as you like dogs more than you like children. And somebody wrote an interesting article about it in a guy named El Montini wrote a really great article in the Arizona Central newspaper. And I'm just going to read a little bit from it because I don't think anybody could do it as well as he did. He went to see Mickey at the dog shelter, and he said his head is tilted down. He's shaking, frightened. He's put on some weight since he was locked up. He's quivering, which is not unusual with a dog unfamiliar with people. He spent much of his time chained in the yard. He's not trained or neutered. He was underfed. You'd feel sorry for Mickey if you didn't know he had attacked and disfigured a 4-year-old boy. And then he goes on to talk about the fact that there are dueling Facebook pages. One, Save Mickey. One, help Kevin with his medical expenses. And he says it would be ridiculous to assume that the people speaking out on behalf of the injured boy don't care about dogs. It's not an either-or proposition. Either of us is capable of being concerned about little boys and dogs, and we should care about little boys and dogs. If anything, this story is a tragic reminder that there are a lot of little boys and a lot of dogs who need our help. The Save Mickey Facebook page is approaching 40,000 likes. Now, why is that? The reason is because the facts of the case seem to be at this time, and they're changing every time you hear a new news report. But I talked to the guy from the Lexus Project who's actually representing Mickey in a dangerous dog hearing, was that the people were in the backyard and the babysitter was supposed to be watching this 3 or 4-year-old child. The child walked across to the next lot over and grabbed within the chained in area where this dog was and grabbed the dog's bone. And then the dog attacked. So the one side is saying, look, you weren't taking care of the kid. The dog, you walked onto somebody else's property, and the other side is saying, how can you could defend the dog when it disfigured this kid?
Yeah.
And this guy makes a very interesting comment. He said, Saving Mickey Facebook page has 40,000 likes. And then he says, commenting on a website isn't really doing something, though, is it? And he's right. He visited Mickey at Animal Control. He said, there are hundreds of thousands of dogs who have done no harm and also need to be saved. And this little boy and this dog are caught in the middle of a big argument and a bigger problem. And then he suggests there are things to prevent this from happening to other children. Donate to Kevin or a charity in Kevin's name. Adopt a dog in Mickey's name. Stop calling each other names. And I think that is a really great sentiment. I think it's a really great article that really hones in on this problem where everybody takes it as an either or proposition. Right. You either love the kid or you love the dog. Right. And the truth is, what we all want, all of us who are advocates for pit bull type dogs, is community safety for all dogs.
That's right.
And in this case, there will be a dangerous dog hearing, and what happens there. But there are two sides to every story. And what do you think, Foster?
Well, what I think is I'm going to try to go to Mickey's hearing, since it's not that far away. And also, it's strange that you bring that up because I was on Tom Sullivan's show talking because, they were talking about the issue and someone called me from Sacramento and so I went on the show and Tom was very nice and they gave me a little while. And one thing that he cleared up is that he's not bashing pit bulls, which was a really good thing to hear. That shows how intelligent he is, because he realizes that at some point it is not the breed, and I agree with one of the other callers that they had on before me when it was about, at what point does personal responsibility come in at,
Yes.
And just like you said, the child came in from next door, the dog was chained up, which both of those for me are a problem. One,
I agree.
The dog
I don't think that's the right way to keep a dog.
Yeah,
But I will say, if I had a kid, I wouldn't want him anywhere near a chained dog.
You see, the whole kid thing, the kid is not supposed to go anywhere beyond your control. Because the child could have walked out into the middle of the street and got hit by a car just as easy as he did walk over to the dog. And then can you blame the car driver or truck driver when a kid darts out from between two cars? Yeah, he hit him, but Jesus, he couldn't stop. He didn't have no choice. It was like, so it's just bad on top of bad, so. Yeah. Well, I tell you, we have, my partner and friend and cohort has walked into the studio. I found out he was outside. It was a load of pit bull coming in. And he said, well, I could be on time for the show. I could help you get the pit bull in the house. So, he did the right thing, So now we have a new load of pit bull in the house. And we also have Darren Mason.
What's happening?
Hey.
Yay, Danny.
Hey, check out what I got on, Fred. Can you see that? I threw it on backwards so that the people could see the bigger letters. You know what I mean? But I always get a lot of compliments on the shirt, buddy. Thank you.
You're welcome. We just printed some new blue ones.
Okay.
Which you can see on our Facebook page. And they've been so popular that we're going to print. We've got the pink ones for the ladies with a V-neck that we're working on now.
Uh-oh. All right, so I'm going to let...
I'll send you a pink one.
Right, exactly. I knew that was coming.
Yeah, we'll have to be a little careful out here. We got problems with colors and stuff. So,
Yeah, right. Well, pink, I think...
What version of blue is it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we'll hold on to blue.
Carolina blue.
Carolina
okay, yeah, that'll work.
That'll work?
Yeah,
okay, yeah. See,
Hey,
Danny...
Fred. Oh, I just want to say hi to Fred. Mary says hi. Mary Gregory from Montague.
Right. Hey, how are you guys doing?
We're doing good. It's good to see your smiling face.
Yeah, see,
Well, you know what I'll always remember is the voiceover my wife did for Montague. I love that.
That was terrific. She was
I
excellent.
love. She
hey,
uses it for her demo, and every time she says it, it reminds me of you and the beautiful illustrations that you
Thank you.
made.
How
Just
did,
unbelievable.
how did she personify a pit bull like that? She must love the dog because she was awesome. She was really good as a pit bull. I don't know how she did it.
I
Not as
don't know either.
wait a minute. Fred, you mean your wife's voiceover was better than the opening that I did for Montague? I can't believe that.
well, it was in the same league. I gotta be diplomatic here. It was good.
Yeah, that was my best pit bull voice.
Well,
man.
you animated the book. You made it move around.
Oh, I made it move. So yeah, see, there we go. She didn't do that, did she, Fred?
No, she didn't. But she did have a great voice for Montague.
Great.
Yeah, I know. I'd like to hear it sometime. We'll play it. You know?
Okay.
Yeah, we'll play it anytime, man. So send it over here. And as a matter of
Yeah,
fact,
I mean, because it really brought his personality, if you want to say that, to life, and his naivety about what was going on, outside of his cage.
Yeah, she
Great.
brought a big heart to it. I don't know. We were just shocked at
hey,
how
Fred,
good it was.
Fred, we
Yes.
gotta take a break to do the number one thing that happens around here. Okay, Mr.
Which is praise Danny.
Yeah, well, right after that is praise our pit bull energy drink.
I'm working on a modeling contract. You see how I'm representing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The figure's getting a little bit, under control. So, your shirts will be looking good by the
I'm going to
summertime,
have to
brother.
send you a medium pretty soon.
There you go. Exactly. You're gonna cut both of his shirts. He's gonna make two out of the ones he had. And so we're gonna take a break, and we're gonna come back with Roger and talk about this great book.
Yeah.
You can stick around. You want for a minute. I believe Chris said okay because we're gonna have Carl in shortly. But hang with us, buddy. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
All right.
Hey, are you tired of those same old energy drinks with bad taste? Make a switch to Pit Bull Energy Drink with a guaranteed no aftertaste. Pit Bull offers more energy with ginseng and vitamins B6 and B12. With a ginger ale lemon lime flavor, Pit Bull meets the consumer's demand for better tasting and healthier energy products with a guaranteed no aftertaste. Make a switch to Pit Bull Energy Drink. Pit Bull offers more energy with ginseng and vitamins B6 and B12. With a ginger ale lemon lime flavor, Pit Bull meets the consumer's demand for better tasting and healthier energy products. For more information on Pit Bull energy drinks, bars, and mixes, visit their website at hiphopbev.com. That's hiphopbev.com. Online orders available at hiphopbev.com.
All right. We are back, and so we have in the studio with us today, as I said before, Roger Kabler, and since how I'm not the best interview guy in the world, I'm gonna turn it over to Mr. What's his name? Larry King himself. The Conversations with a Pit Bull version. Danny Mason. Bam.
Dude, this is so sweet, man.
Thank you.
I got it autographed and everything. I don't know if you guys can check the inside of this out, but you got a nice personally autographed book. Roger, tell us a little bit about this book. How did it come into being? What was your role in it? How did things kind of progress and get put into this wonderful finished product?
Well, thanks. And by the way, thanks for having us, Danny and Foster. This is great. I'm honored to be here because I started out as just an artist doing pictures of dogs and people and whatever anybody wanted me to paint, art slave. And then my wife, Mary, wrote a screenplay about a pit bull.
Okay.
She'd seen a picture of a pit bull in a magazine, and she was kind of taken with it. And the story happened to be about a pit bull, a screenplay for kids. And then she showed it to this agent, and he said, "Why don't you do a children's book?" And she was like, "Okay." And then I said, "Wait a minute, I do painting, so why don't I illustrate it? You write it, and we'll just do it." And we did it with a Kickstarter. We raised money by having people paid to have their dogs in the book, their actual pets. So when you see one of these pictures, these are all actual pets.
Okay.
That people paid $75 to $300 for me to bring their dogs to life. And a lot of these are
What a great idea.
these dogs have passed. My dogs are in there too. These dogs. This one is my dog Fred, and that's Brandy. And these were my childhood dogs, so they're in there too. They got to be memorialized. And there's like 100 dogs in the book.
Well, hey, Roger.
Yeah.
Two things. One, shocking surprise to you, surprise, because our crack research team went out because you didn't, we heard you drove off and left, your wife, but we got her on the phone.
Yay!
So
Save
Chris,
me.
Can you hear me?
Chris, bring her up. Hey, how are you, Mary?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got you, baby.
Hi.
We know he drove off. He was trying to hog it, but that's all right. That's all right. You don't know how low we go,
Yeah, he dropped me off at my job.
Yes.
Somebody has to work.
Now I'm working. I'm a working girl over here.
There you go. Well,
So
there you go.
Mary, Roger was telling us a little bit about how this book kind of got started. It seemed kind of like just a cosmic.
He explained it well. I heard, we didn't really set out to do this, and actually when I came up with the story, I was just interested kind of in a story about a dog who's kind of not in his own neighborhood. He's kind of up in Park Avenue, and he feels like he doesn't really belong there. And a pit bull at the time seemed like a great kind of fish out of water, dog to have in that neighborhood in Manhattan. But that was about 5 or 6 years ago, and, things have really changed even in that time. The dogs are still, put upon, there's no doubt, but I'm really happy that even at this time, people are really coming around to realize about the dogs, it's the people that raise them. So the story's still very much, alive, and that this dog feels, he's put prejudiced against, for being in this area. So he won't be allowed in the dog park, and all of that happens to him. So
Were you guys dog people before this, like really on the front lines with it, or was it something that kind of got you into it?
Honestly, I wasn't. I am now. I just thought it was a great story idea. That's where I was coming from.
That's
Well,
wonderful.
let's make it the pit bull of Park Avenue.
For me,
then when we got into it, people started approaching us, and then I really started getting into it. Then, realizing what was going on. I knew about the dog fighting. I knew that the dogs had been put upon, and were mistreated, over the years. But I had no idea their whole history, and all of that I learned in the process of the book coming out and people approaching us about it,
Right. Now, Mary, so now that you guys got aware of how the poor pit bull has been, just mistreated and so much, so now you guys getting aware, you think we may do Foster Park Avenue next week, because Fred's got some drawings and stuff down there, we could throw in.
But Roger, you're saying you were drawing animals.
Well, yeah.
Before this kind of.
I was gonna say what happened. Exactly what you said, Mary, was I started researching on how to paint pit bulls. And when you go on Google and you Google pit bull, you get a variety of pictures, and a lot of them are really hard to look at. And that's when I started to become an advocate too. I'm like, wait a minute, we're trying to do a joyous, upbeat story, and I'm getting hit with this wall of tragedy. And I started really getting stirred up about this breed.
Yeah.
And instead of presenting that side of it for children, we decided to stay on track, make a joyous, upbeat story that kids can learn about how the wonderful qualities of this dog, and have a heart for this dog, and also how to be. And there's an area in the back of the book about that's written by a veterinarian about how kids can learn how to be responsible, respectful, and safe around all dogs. Because since we were writing about a pit bull, we felt it was important enough to address the issue anyways.
Right.
And that is something a lot of people have responded to about this book.
Well, that's one of the
and
things.
you know what's interesting? When I first started, when I was first just going to write the movie, because it was intended to be an animated movie, I thought people were going to say that I was crazy. Like, you shouldn't try to do a children's movie about a pit bull. Like,
Wait a minute, Mary.
We
Wait a
need
second,
this.
Mary.
We
I got
need this
nothing
movie.
but encouragement. So I was like, okay, I'm going to go for this. Like, I thought people were like, oh, that's scary. Don't do that. But they didn't. People were so encouraging, and in the screenplay, they're actually Montague, the main character, actually does wind up at the dog fights out somewhere in the Bronx or somewhere. And, even that, I was like, should I do this? But I thought for the movie, I needed to get him to a place where we could then, free the dogs. We could then have a moment where we can have him be a revolutionary and get the dogs out of bondage, So I just went for it there. But in the children's book that we had to make it a lot shorter, I couldn't have all those scenes. So he doesn't wind up in the dog fights,
That name Montague,
which are
is
still really
that
out there.
a...
Like, I'm shocked even today that they're still
Shakespeare.
organized dog fighting
that is
in
Shakespeare,
this country.
right?
It's shocking,
It is. And I think it's important that we have a movie about a pit bull that's really positive, that will be celebrated, that will help underline this revolution that's going on, you guys. And we are really trying to get this movie made. That's our next step.
Well,
And
that's
it's
one thing we
really
know
things
about.
have changed
Yeah, right.
in
That's
the
what I was
5
gonna
years since
say,
the
Mary,
story started.
when
The
you-
dogs now, I see pit bulls everywhere. It's
Yeah.
unbelievable.
Cultural phenomenon, man.
How they've grown to be such, now really, I know there's a lot of them at the pound still, at the dog shelters that are not being adopted. I know that. You can go to some dog shelters, I've been told, in New York, and it's like 90% pit bull.
Oh yeah.
New York. Wait a minute, Mary. Cross country,
Yeah.
babe. Cross country. See, in our travels, just a few that we've done, it's incredible. It's probably, and Fred could correct me on this, 75%
Yeah.
of the dogs in across country is pit bulls. I mean, part of the problem is I don't know if you heard about this new show called Breeder X, but part of what we're trying to address in that is the fact that there's just too many dogs, man. It's just too many people not being responsible about spading, neutering first, and to cut down on some of the excess puppies being, delivered, man, because you can't, the rescue groups, God bless them, man, they can't keep up. If you're taking 3 dogs out the back door and there's
Bringing
8,
10 in the front, I know.
it's just never gonna happen, so.
No,
so
I
that's
do
cool.
know. We've gone to adoption events. Raj and I sometimes go where we go and sign books, and we try to bring some uplifting, movement over by the pit bull dogs.
Yeah.
And we've had people actually approach us, not want to adopt one, but want to bring us one.
And
It's like, no, we're here to get these dogs adopted out, not to bring them in. It's tough, but maybe more resources need to go into spay and neutering clinics. Like, get these veterinarians on board that'll do these free afternoons and get people in for free. And
exactly. Well, that's
get it done.
That's part of the. You just hit it right on the head. But it's not just the veterinarians. It's got to be the cities, man. It's got to, it's just got to be across the board, because veterinarians, they're in business for money.
What I would like to see is people put some empower some of these artists, man. This is so cool to me. Like, when there's nothing better than like when an artist is truly inspired by something that has some social relevance or can actually make some difference. And
that's right.
I can sense it in Roger's voice, and I can hear it coming through the phone as well.
Wait a minute, did you see? They did the picture of me in there with the buggy,
with the top hat?
Yeah, with the top hat and
with
stuff.
the Parker Brothers outfit on.
Roger's good. I mean, all this stuff, but this is the only one that he kind of blew it on, man.
Well, one of the things I was saying was just the art has it has a capacity that a lot of things don't, and it's clearly evident when you see finished products like this. I know you guys are used to probably just going through the bookstore and seeing like books or whatever, but it takes a lot to get something, especially with fine art in it.
That's Mary.
That don't look like me.
She plays the lead.
And-
Yeah,
that's my
down
friend
there.
Bill. He's
Yeah,
a
down there. I
Vietnam- He's a
see her.
Vietnam vet as well.
Yeah, but look at me. Wait a minute. Mary told me this was going to be me. All the time they were putting it together, you know, and I sent in my donations and everything. I was like, and now it turns up, and I think it might be me, but you got the complexion wrong. I don't know.
We're
Next
gonna do
book.
an all Foster
Oh,
version.
you're in the book? I didn't know.
Yeah, and the next one, the next book, you guys,
Sequel.
okay? Yeah, we gotta send you a 8x10 or something, so you guys can get my look right. Yeah, Mary, I was
Perfect.
supposed to be the guy in the carriage, you know, with the top hat, but I don't know what happened.
We're
but
gonna do
Well,
it.
you
We're
know
gonna do
what's
revised.
interesting about the carriage driver, speaking about animal rights and everything, I don't know if you heard about New York. There's a real group trying to stop the horse-drawn carriages.
Oh yeah, that's insanity.
Because the horses, and then we were like, oh my, now we have that in the book, but it's just part of New York City, and we wanted to fit in.
Yeah,
but
yeah. Well, one thing you can bet, okay? I would be willing to bet my little show on is those guys who are making a living off of those horse-drawn carriages. They are treating those horses right, you know. So
yeah,
they just want to.
I agree.
Yeah, they
I
want to
agree.
stop it just
I
because
know they
of
treat them well. I think
something
that
else.
the advocates are against them having to ride traffic
Yeah,
and stuff.
yeah,
So
exactly.
there's
That's
an
what it
occasional
is. Yeah.
Accident, and of course,
Like nobody-
it's horrible. and,
right,
you
Nobody
know.
wants that horse smell ruining their Saks Fifth Avenue's
Their Mercedes.
excursion or whatever.
Right, yeah,
like,
yeah,
that
seeping
fresh
into
horse
the
smell.
paint of
Yeah,
their 600 bins or
Exactly.
whatever.
That's exactly what it is. You know.
Exactly.
I wanted
And
to add.
clearly, that's the problem in the city.
I got hay on my $400 tires.
Go ahead, Roger.
On my hay suit. Hey, listen, the thing I wanted to mention that Mary did here is she put some child-friendly BSL messages in the book. You know, the lady goes to the dog park in New York, and this guy's like, hey, that's a pit bull. You can't come into the dog park. And she kind of gives a speech, this character, Montague's owner, that says any breed can misbehave. You can't blame it on the breed. Dogs depend on us, you know? And it's the owner who should go to the dog pound. You know, any dog is made mean and loose on the streets. I mean, there's an anti-BSL message, even though we're not saying BSL. We're saying civil rights. That's what this is about. In this case, it's a dog, a breed that's discriminated against. So there is a lesson for kids without, you know, flag
Hit
waving.
it on the head.
Well, that's where it all starts, and we've always been trying to figure out, well, how is it that you can really get to the essence of the problem? And one of the ways is with education, and I think you do have to start with the youngster. So finding a way that you can actually get to them in a manner that's congruent with how they probably used to, you know, internalizing information is awesome. So we're going to talk a little bit more with Roger and Mary when we come back. This is their book, Montague, the Pit Bull of Park Avenue, and we're going to go pay some bills real quick, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Bye.
We'll be back.
See you on the other side.
Hey, honey.
Are you a diabetic? Need some energy? Need to quench your thirst? Try Pitbull Sugar-Free Energy Drink, the only energy drink named suitable for diabetics by the American Diabetic Association. And it's now available with no calories, no carbs, no sugar, and no fat, and a smooth, natural blend of energy, vitamins, and minerals. Need to quench your thirst? Try Pitbull Sugar-Free Energy Drink, the only energy drink named suitable for diabetics by the American Diabetic Association. And it's now available with no calories, no carbs, no sugar, and no fat, and a smooth, natural blend of energy, vitamins, and minerals. Pitbull Sugar-Free Energy Drink is the healthiest, best-tasting energy drink around. For more information and online ordering with free shipping, please visit hiphopbev.com. Remember, Pitbull Sugar-Free Energy Drink, suitable for diabetics, great for everyone.
All right, we're back. Just paying some bills. That's our wonderful sponsor, Pitbull Energy Drink. They're doing some wonderful work helping some creative people get out there and spread the word about you guys needing to spay and neuter your pets and help get involved, rescue, volunteer, transport, make cool books, like put your art in full effect, man. I'm loving this.
Thank you.
I mean, it sounds like a weird question or whatever, but like, each one of these, I mean, this is fine art. These are paintings, not just illustrations. Like, what Could you tell us a little bit about when it went into this?
This is a normal portrait. I'm just holding this up. I don't know if you can see it. This is what I normally do. This is actually belongs to the dog father's wife. This was her dog, Buddy.
Oh, nice.
You know Patrick,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
This is where we
Absolutely.
met. So
Is
I
that
just
right?
wanted to put this on for her. I just
That's
finished
where
it.
we
It's
met.
still wet.
That's right.
I'm getting green everywhere. But the thing is I love the soul of these animals. I know I was a dog in another life. So I just really relate to these animals, and the opportunity to paint 100 of them just turned me on, and it took a year. And the response to this book, that with the letters and stuff that we're getting, is kids are really connecting with these dogs, and that's what we wanted to hear. And dog
That's
lovers,
right. I'm
but
so
a lot of
glad.
kids.
Yeah, I'm so glad you reminded me. That's where it was originally where I heard about you guys. It was
Right,
on
Patrick.
the Pitbull Advocate show.
Patrick, how
and
you guys
Godmother.
doing out there, Godfather?
Yep.
Hey,
and-
dog father. Here's another one. This is Zane. He's going to be delivered tonight, just real quickly.
Huh.
And you know what? The mission here is to look into this dog's eyes. And with this book, we're really trying to change the fate of these dogs for all time. Not
Right.
just save a few here and there, but forever.
That's right.
It's a civil rights thing, guys.
That's right.
how
Yeah,
I feel
that's
about
where it was.
Thanks.
The Dog Father show, and then I heard Mary on with Fred, and then I said, hey, we gotta get these guys in there and sell this book. So I don't know where Carl is, our guest from Canada, who. So if we miss him some kind of way, then so be it. We'll have him back next week. In the meantime, we're gonna. Is Mary still on the phone? Okay, we give Mary.
Yeah.
All right, hey, we're gonna give you your last couple of moments here. What do you have to say to the audience out there? Some kind of way we can help you and support this book, and what you and Roger have been doing. Because I'm gonna get Paula Archer on the Skype here any second, so we can try to get
perfect.
some
No,
dogs
we're
rescued.
We're just glad to be able to be on the show and have people discover the book and get it for the children, so we can start young with the kids, so they know that these dogs aren't bad dogs, they're good dogs, and that it really, we can't single somebody out just by what they look like, and I think that resonates with children too. Like when you feel like you don't belong in a playground and someone's booting you out because you don't play, or you aren't the same color, or you're not the right size, so just to get the word out that we have this kid's book about a pit bull for children is what we really want to do. And of course we're hopeful to get it made into an animated movie. I mean, that's our next goal. So just go on Facebook, like us, follow us. We're at a lot of events where we sign books, and you can get a signed copy. And
Okay, Mary.
Montague, the Pitbull at Park Avenue.
And thanks
check it
everybody
out.
for their support around this book. Has been
Hey,
amazing.
No problem. Now, Mary, just one question on that. Since how this show is hosted by two filmmakers, and we're not necessarily animation guys, why not live action?
You could.
I'd be
could.
out of a
Okay.
job,
Do it in
man.
live action.
Okay, just wondering. No, I think either way, it's a great idea. I just thought I'd throw that out there just to keep,
I don't know.
keep the
I
conversation
guess for
going.
me, filming live dogs is hard. I mean, that's a real job. I mean, I think you could do it. I mean, look, the movie would have as many dogs that are in the
People are
children's
tough.
book.
Making-
We
making
did that
fake
because
dogs
we
is
were
hard.
raising funds to
We
do
just-
the book.
we
There's
just-
not as many live dogs in the screenplay.
Yeah,
you
no,
know?
we just find that hilarious. Danny and I are just cracking up to that because, either way, it's hard.
Yeah.
Whether
Well,
they,
trying to film people is
Yeah.
hard enough. But when
People
you
are a
got a
pain in
dog,
the-
I mean, if you have a well-trained dog, it probably wouldn't be that hard.
Oh, no,
you just
it's
have to
all
find
hard.
A well-trained pit.
No,
you know?
any filmmaking is hard. Period. When you say I'm gonna make a film, you starting off with hard. It's the thing is, and you don't know this, but that was my original claim to fame is animal photography. So I've been shooting dogs since 1977. So
Maybe they're easier than people. I don't know. People
no.
can be a problem.
No,
so,
but people can be a problem because people talk. See, if people have opinions. It's like dogs. That's why I started shooting dogs and stopped
People
shooting
join
models.
the union
actually.
and need their food every 6 hours.
People get attitudes. People forget their lines. People people are people, but animals, they're the best, man. They're the best. That's so.
A hungry
keep this
dog
in
is going
mind.
to
I
show
can
you
shoot
some
a
love. A
screenplay. The
hungry
screenplay's
human on the set.
hilarious.
Oh,
I mean, you
love-
got to have a talking dog. I mean,
no.
that's
I love.
I'm just saying.
No,
You know?
I love to read it. Period. Because we have. That's how we started this. That's how this show came along. With out of the quest to try to make the movie Conversations with a Pit Bull.
Yeah.
Yes,
It's
that's
like,
right.
Yeah,
I know about it, yeah.
It's been a progression. So any dog project, because it is our belief that that's why we keep things coming. Is that all you need is one. So anything we get going first, and then all the dog product will happen. So
Sure.
Montague, we love it. Animated
Thank
or
you.
live action. We do
Yeah,
how
man.
we can. Chris is telling me we got to go to commercial, man.
I got to go back to my job. I
All
got to
right,
get
yes,
back to
keep
work.
the job.
Go make
Keep
some
the
money.
job.
Talking to you guys.
Nice talking
keep
to
up
you.
the good
Hey,
work.
and you
Bobby.
got to come into the studio sometime, please.
I'd love it.
Okay.
We're having chili for dinner.
I'd love it.
Take care,
I'll be
dear.
there.
All right. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.
Down.
Hey now, all right. Hey, so we're winding down on our probably like 15 minutes left in the show, something like that. We wanted to get Paula Archer, and we wanted to save some dogs in here real quick. Did you guys notice that commercial? Wow, that's gonna be a great series. Got to see that. Hey, Paula, you out there?
I'm here.
How are you, dear?
I'm good. Yourself?
Good. We found out that our Skype is working now. So we missed Carl, so he's gonna have to.
Chris.
We're gonna have to get him back on next week. But the live feed, I understand, has got some problems, huh?
Yes, not able to see anything, and I know you can fix that, Foster, when you do all the stuff.
I tell you what I'm gonna do, and this do it every time. Okay, as soon as we go off there, I'm gonna take 2 cans of Pit Bull and just pour it on the board. And that just fixed everything right up right away. I know, and Larry will appreciate it. He'll be like, how come I didn't think about that? So let's save some dogs, honey.
All right, first up, we have Daco. Daco is a 3.5-year-old boxer pit mix. He's neutered, microchipped, and up to date on all of his shots. He is a 76-pound ball of mush who loves running, hiking, and absolutely adores children. In this next picture of Daco, he had just spent the day at UFC gym with the fighters and was loved by all. No male dogs or cats for this love, though, please. Daco is hanging out in Chicago, Illinois. And if you'd like to meet him, give us a call, 773-414-1347. The next one we have, hi, my name is Cleo. I am a sweet and playful girl. I have been in the shelter since 8/12 of 13, and I am ready to have a home to call my own. I weigh about 55 pounds. I am a beautiful Pit Bull Lab mix. I'm spayed, and I'm also current on my vaccines. A lot of people come in and look at me, but I never get to go home with them. I pray my lucky day is coming soon, and I will have my forever family. Cleo is located at the Raleigh County Humane Society, 325 Gray Flats Road, Beckley, West Virginia, and they are open Tuesday through Saturday from 11 to 4. Their phone number is 304 253 8921. Next up, we have Simon. Simon is a lovable 1-year-old red-nosed pitty pup with the most haunting eyes that seem to look right into your soul. This 43-pound boy was saved from death row and would love to be your hiking buddy, running partner, and evening snuggle bug. Simon loves kids and would be best as an only fur child. He is neutered, up to date on all his shots, and microchipped. Simon is now chilling at Quakertown, PA, awaiting his forever home. To meet him, please call Amster Dog at 917-689-8414. Now, if you'll notice this next picture, this is Chuckles. Chuckles never ceases to amaze us. He managed to move part of his bedding to the opposite side of the room. He scrunched it up, sat on it, and pretended to be a statue. Perhaps he's hoping to appeal to the art-loving adopters walking through our halls. We're sure Michelangelo would have scooped him up in a heartbeat. Chuckles is waiting at the SPCA Curtis Dale Pet Adoption Center in Raleigh, North Carolina, and their number is 919-772-2326. Next up, we have Bruno. My name is Bruno. I am a very gentle 4-year-old male brindle white pit bull mix. I came to the shelter as a stray in February. I was available for adoption on 2/21/14, so time is of the essence for me. I am at Baldwin Park Shelter, Baldwin Park, California, and I'm happy to announce that they are open 7 days a week for adoption. You can call them. Their number is 626-430-2378. And again this week, we have Pearl. She's our little lost dog that we've been doing the lost dog alert on. Pearl went missing in November of 13 from Pixley, California. She was involved in an auto accident off of the 99 freeway. Pearl was scared and she ran from the scene. If you spot her, call 714-576-6087. Please, everybody, keep an eye out for Pearl. Let's pitch in and get her home safe. That's all I have for this week. And keep an eye out for Pearl.
Thank you so much, Paula. That's Paula Archer, our resident adoption specialist, and just a wonderful person. We love having her in. She's doing for us what the show is really about, is trying to help these dogs in any way that we can. And as you can see, there's so many beautiful dogs out there all around the country. So if you're in one of those areas, North Carolina, Baldwin Park, definitely try to go out and help one of these dogs. They may need just transport. They may need to be fostered. They may need to be rescued. If you didn't catch the information live right there, you can always hit Paula up on Paws Pit Parade on Facebook, and she'll give you whatever information that you need. And if you have some dogs that you want to get featured on the show, just contact Paula through Paws Pit Parade on Facebook as well. I saw a dog in there named Bruno. I just wanted to give a shout out to this dog out here named Bruno. I don't know if you guys heard that story. It's a shepherd dog. He's like one of the senior law enforcement dogs, like one of the canine units, and he saved the lives of like 3 cops like the other day. Where some guy pulled out a gun and started shooting, and the dog jumped in its way, and the dog wound up getting shot in the face, and he's on like life support and stuff. But they said he's gonna make it through. They don't know what his his quality of life is gonna be. But there's 3 humans that they survived. 3 cops that their lives were saved by this dog who's been putting in work for the last like 9-10 years.
Okay, so that's
much love to the other Bruno. He's a shepherd dog, and we pray that you get better. And You know,
That's a show. We got to go to the hospital, see Bruno,
Yeah,
go
no,
see
it's-
the cops and get them in here, you know?
You know.
Because that's real life. That's
and the cops are just
that's
like,
the
man, if
ticket.
he wasn't there and he didn't spring into action and do what he does, and you know, who knows what would have happened.
Right.
So much
Hey.
love to Bruno and all the rest of the dogs out there that are.
That's right. Paula.
Thank you for that.
Carl, you get in touch with Carl, because tell him, like, we're waiting, we're looking for him, and, you know, he's a fellow media family person, so we want to get him in here, man, because, you know, they don't ever get airtime, you know? So I don't know if, you know, I tried his phone number, it didn't work, and Chris was trying to Skype him, so get in touch with him and tell him, like, you know, much love from the show, and come on in next week, okay? Skype is alive and well. I think you had something to do with that, too, besides pouring a pit bull on the board, you know?
Hey guys, once again, I just wanted to tell you guys again about this wonderful book, Montague, the Pit Bull of Park Avenue.
Thank you. I can tell you how to get it too.
Yeah, actually, tell them where they can where they should go
Thank
get
you.
this stuff, man.
You can just type in Montague, the Pit Bull of Park Avenue.com. And that takes you to where you can buy it.
Some of our listeners, you know, didn't make it all the way through the 8th grade, so spell that Montague.
Oh, can you do that, Danny? Because I can't spell.
Montague.
.com.
And if you're up on your Shakespeare like I am, you would
Hey.
have known what's up with that.
That's
so,
right.
That's Romeo's surname, isn't
Yep.
it? Montague?
Yeah, that's
Yep.
right. And if
the Capulets and the Montagues
That's
going
right.
at it, you know. But
That's right.
I just want you. I mean, one of the things that's really cool about this is fine art, guys. This isn't like, you know.
really is.
I mean, the amount of love and work that went into not only the writing of this book, but clearly the illustrations and the paintings. This is some serious fine art, so it's worth spending some money. And I know that the money will go towards a good cause and helping things get better. So.
Yes,
I'm
we.
Montague.
Get Fred's wife.
I'm Montague, the pit bull. I'm the pit bull. That's right.
I totally forgot what I was going to say. Oh yes, 20% of all our sales goes towards animal rescue, and we work with a bunch of groups locally and
Cool.
worldwide. Actually, there's a lady in Sri Lanka who
Really?
we've supported her rescue.
Oh, I thought, you know, for a minute, I got excited. He started off, so I thought he was saying 20% of our proceeds goes to conversation with a pit bull movie. I was like, wow.
side deal, man. That's a side
That's the
deal.
next book. That's
when you get your picture in the book.
That's right. That's the next book. We'll have Foster of Park Avenue, but until then,
This is really inspirational.
hey, how about this? Danny and Foster take Park Avenue. Hey,
You have to have one of those really big books, like, you know, the super huge.
The pop-up
So it
book
can
would
fit
be
me
good.
in, you know
All
what I
right.
mean? Until I slim down for the summertime.
well, hey guys, until next week, or see you on the net. We will see you. Thanks for visiting.
Go to Foster's Animal World on YouTube and subscribe, and definitely watch some of the old episodes. Make sure you guys visit our
That's
friends Roger and Mary on Facebook. What's the Facebook address?
Oh, it's you can see us on Montague, the Pitbull of Park Avenue Facebook page.
All right.
That's right.
It's,
And don't
there it is.
forget Pitbull Legal Bulletin.
Put this in your library for your kids,
Pitbull
man. Do your kids a
Advocate.
favor, like help us put a dent in some of these problems.
That's right.
Thank
So,
you so much for that. You guys are awesome.
Hey,
Thank you.
we're doing our best. And if you didn't like this show, find another one on the web. Just click on one of them. One of them is good, you know. But see you later.
See you next week.
Bye.
I'm a pit bull, and I approve this message.